Welcome to sportsbookreview.com. I'm Flash, and it's Bundesliga League 11, Week 11, not League 11. Tough card this week. I mean, that's what I was already thinking about. I went through all of these games and thought, why is this so tough? After last week's heroics from us all, it was like, come on, let's hit it. And I'm like, wow, these are tough games. Before I go to Alex and Tan, if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button and ring the bell. Ring the bell means we'll notify you. You'll never miss any content again. And this is an early shout because next Monday at this time, we will be doing Bundesliga, a midweek roundup as well, because there's a midweek card. So it'll be rat-a-tat-tat from Sunday night straight through next week. So there'll be 2 Serie A shows, 2 Bundesliga shows, 2 Premier League shows, and 1 La Liga show. Press the link in the description. It'll take you over to the articles right by over Tan or Alex or Martin, parlays, winners. I want to just skip all this. I just want to say what a weekend we had last week, especially the presenter, Tan, the presenter. Had number
Tell me, but did the presenter did good? That's why you are actually struggling in putting together some few words, some easy words. Well, if you did good, so I drink coffee. Honestly. I salute your luck.
Stuttgart to win and both teams to score. Stuttgart just to win. Hoffenheim crushed it. We did some in-play bets that came off as well.
And thank you, Vamanjituka. Thank you, Vamanjituka.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was absolutely sizzling. And yet Bayern let a lot of people down. Dortmund, they struggled. But if you steer clear of them, well, even though you had a winner, Tam, because you said like under 1.5 goals first half, and there was. I mean, Alex, you just do what you do. In fact, before I go to Alex, let's have a little look at the records because they look a lot healthier than they did. Alex at plus 237, Tancredi minus 283. That's nothing, although that'll need about 20 of these squirrel winners. Flash at plus 165, and the parlay, you need to sort yourself out, parlay, as I'm going to ditch you, minus 120. But look at the total, 0.01, a little bit like Serie A. We've had our 10 weeks, we've had a good look, we're now at parity. So now, Alex, it's time to kick on.
Now, can I say one thing?
Well, to you, yeah.
First of all, when I was going good, you were like being, okay, let's review the results. Okay, let's go to the game of the day. Now you're like, this show is about what we did last week and 2 minutes about what will happen. But I have to say, my issue, and I don't find excuses because numbers are numbers. You know what has been my issue? The decision making.
Winners.
No. The decision making on selecting the top 5 tips.
I get that.
Because I'm sending you the whole tips, even of the other games.
Yeah.
And actually, I checked because I was a little bit concerned, and my stats haven't changed that much. I'm shifting between 6 or 7 out of 9 being good, but I've been wrong in selecting the top 5 tips.
No, I agree with that. I did the same last week in the Premier League.
No finding excuses, eh? My total.
Yeah, no, it's not excuse. It is fact, and I do agree with you because I did the same last week in Premier League. I got a game wrong last week in the Premier League, and it was Tottenham and over 2.5. They're 2-0 up at half time. I'm absolutely cruising. I picked the right winner. I've picked that it's definitely going to be. And they shut up shop. And I end up losing, even though the team won. So obviously that's all that matters. Alex, plus Bundesliga. Some things don't change, mate.
Yeah, some things don't change. We love Bundesliga. And I think that this weekend it will be another weekend between all these teams that I don't know now with again I will say Champions League and Europa League, but we have some great value bets. I can't wait to talk about Wolfsburg and Frankfurt a little bit, or even Stuttgart away at Dortmund. There is no value on Bayern Munich again than what probably Tan will say, both teams to score probably with Union Berlin, but probably. Yeah, it was a good weekend, and we expect another good weekend.
Yeah, I think they're very, very tough. Let's kick straight off then, because we've got Alex, I come to you. It's Wolfsburg plus 120, draw plus 260, Frankfurt plus 235. The blind man says both teams to score, but I cannot pick the winner.
You cannot pick the winner because between 20 matches this season, so 10 matches, Wolfsburg, Eintracht from Frankfurt, there were 13 draws in 20 matches between these two teams. They are the king of the draws. Wolfsburg undefeated so far, like Leverkusen. They are the only two teams in Bundesliga undefeated so far this season. I expect a high-scoring affair. Andre Silva is out for Eintracht Frankfurt, but they still have Bas Dost there. So, yeah, both teams to score in the over 2.5 goals. We start with the Alex Classic here at 1.8. Wolfsburg with the first chance. Very good to see them favorites here at 2.2, 2.25. And, of course, Eintracht will be the underdogs. So I'm expecting two type of game.
Okay. In the chat, Derek says, if Tan replies to me, it will make my day. Don't reply, Tan. Don't reply.
Who is said that?
Derek.
Again, Derek. What was his Passorda? What was his surname? I remember something like
Derek.
Derek. Okay.
Derek.
No, Derek.
Yeah, but remember what I said.
Derek
don't
Parra.
reply to him.
Derek
He
Parra,
says it'll make
Derek
his day if you do. So don't do
if
it.
I do. Okay, don't. By the way, thanks, Al. Obviously, unbelievable for seeing skills from Alex in knowing what I will predict in Union Bayern. Obviously, has nothing to do the fact that he's getting my tips on Bundesliga 2 days in advance for the articles. Obviously, the special effects.
2 days in advance,
the special effects that Alex is using to foresee. By the way, Wolfsburg, Eintracht, goals always involved in this. Wolfsburg, anyway, are keeping the bar high for what is their problem, for what is their level. But Frankfurt definitely a rival that can that cause them struggle. But here the value I see it's in not in both teams to score, but in over 1.5 goals in the second half, where the odds are still decent. And it is something that, listen to this, in Wolfsburg games has happened 6 times out of last 6 games. So obviously it's not a straight math, but to be honest, that is the trend.
Okay.
Also, Jack Pancake found a great value with Andre Silva to score at least 20 goals this season. We are after 10 rounds, we have 7 goals. I would agree with that, but with one thing, just to be fit. Now he has an injury. If he stays fit, yes, he will probably score because he's their top striker. They are bringing a lot of balls inside the box in every single match. I like how they are attacking. So probably 13 goals in the rest 28 games, minus this one that he will not play, so 27. But only if he's fit. If he's not fit, yes, that can be a pretty good thing. Also, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5 football.
He only put that in there so you could prove you could count.
Yeah.
And you failed miserably.
Yeah, exactly. He said, "Can you please tell me why there are so many goals in Bundesliga? Because whenever I play the over 2.5 goals, it's always under 1.5. Okay, it doesn't happen a lot to be the under 1.5 goals in the Bundesliga games. I think that percentage will tell you that maximum 5% per season you will have under 1.5 goals in the Bundesliga game. So probably you're just unlucky with your selections there.
Yeah, very unlucky. Next game. You know that I obviously have to abstain from this game. It's Gladbach minus 110, draw plus 285, and Hertha Berlin at plus 290. Hertha Berlin come off a convincing Berlin derby win, but don't let it cloud it because they were 1-0 down when the opposition went down to 10 men. What do you think? Gladbach at minus 110 could be a little bit of a trap after the travelling and the chasing that they were given, Tan.
Exactly. They qualified in spite of losing to Real Madrid, thanks to Inter, Ems collapsing. Well, totally. And I
Thanks
think
to Shakhtar, the goalkeeper who was the Spider-Man yesterday.
Yeah, but come on, Inter must win at home against Shakhtar. I mean, it's the only one thing they have to do. So, and
You know,
mention Glad.
many stuff are a must win or a must do.
No,
And
but Inter at home with Shakhtar, full 11, they must win. Rubin did a great game, but come on, there are no excuses. There could be explanations, and Rubin is an explanation, but they must win. And mention Gladbach. Actually, they did try to play their game against Real Madrid, but Real was in one of their day, it happens often when they are against the wall. When they are against the wall, they always react, like they did in the 2 games against Inter. What I think is that there will be something similar as we described about Lazio in the Serie A show. That not for the game, but the releasing the tension of accomplishing the task to go through the round of 16, which is unusual for Mönchengladbach, will work on their mind. And they might not enter the game with the right mindset and approach. So, considering that Hertha, they are not, you said right, they are not transcendental. It has to be read properly, the result against Union. But still, Hertha has improved. Not good enough, but has improved. So I go with double chance, Hertha to win and draw.
1.9.
Okay, double chance for Hertha. Alex, you know my views on Hertha. Gladbach, you cannot trust this week on the back of a heavy European campaign where they've outshone themselves. So what are you going with?
I agree with Jack Pancake that's saying that Gladbach are very pedestrian last 2 weeks. And I don't agree with him saying that Gladbach are very overrated. Maybe a bit of overrated, but not very overrated. What I can say is that everyone can beat Schalke, and in the last 4 matches, Gladbach won only against Schalke 4-1 and failed to win against Freiburg, Augsburg, and lost against the Leverkusen. That defeat against Leverkusen, it's normal. I think that the Leverkusen are by far the better team between these 2 sides, Gladbach and Leverkusen. Here, I want to agree with Tan. Draw double chance at 1.91 for Hertha. Probably Gladbach drank too much last night after that knockout stage qualification. But also we have the Alex Classic on the cards. Gladbach are conceding a lot lately. They are also scoring. They are great going forward. So probably the Alex Classic also at 1.85 is the way to go in this match.
Okay, you're expecting goals. Alex Classic at around -125 and the double chance around -110. Hertha, good luck. Next game, Dortmund, trap. -180, draw +370. Stuttgart, everyone's second favourite side in the Bundesliga this year because of their effort, because of their spirit, and they score goals home or away. And obviously they earned me 5.1 units last week in 1 game. So we love Stuttgart. Stuttgart at +520, Alex.
We love Stuttgart. Because they are a healthy team. They are a team that make a good transition. They have a great pace. They have young and eagerness, young players with eager to demonstrate something in this competition. They have Valmanjituka, one of my favorite guys right now in Bundesliga. But they also have Koulibaly, another young striker. They are really fast on the break. They can catch you on the break, and that defeat against Bayern Munich, they were so close of getting 1 point. Okay, they lost 3-1, but they created so many opportunities in that game. They were very impressive. They are something like, let's say, maybe better than Spezia, but they're at that level of focus and pace, let's say. No stars in their team, but great team spirit, and they want to show something. They want to show that despite being a newly promoted side with a great Bundesliga history in their back, they will not only that they will remain in Bundesliga, because they will 100% remain, but they will probably qualify also for in Europa League. Who knows if they continue to play like that? You never know. On the other side, we have Dortmund. Dortmund very shaky against Zenit. They came back from 1-0 down, yes, and they won, topping the group, the Champions League group. But very shaky. You see that they badly miss Erling Haaland. Badly miss them.
But anyone would, wouldn't they?
Also, Akanji is out. Also, Dawood is out. Guerreiro is out for this match. So this is a huge, huge trap. Thomas Meunier, Haaland, Guerreiro, Delaney, Dawood, Akanji, Schmelzer, all of them missing. You cannot trust Hummels at the back, like you said, with a huge injury list. A double chance on Stuttgart at 2.5 looks good, but that's not my play. My banker of this week is coming from this match. The Alex Classic at 1.75 is the way to go in this match, because I think that Stuttgart can easily find the back of the net against such a shaky defensive side right now. Dortmund, that started the season being very, very solid at the back, killing many hits one after the other, but suddenly you see them again struggling like last year, and Stuttgart will take care of that.
Yeah, astute. How are you, mate? It's good to see you in there. Thanks for all your support. You're worried about going on the overs? I think it's only overs, whether you do the Alex Classic. Tan, I've actually gone with Stuttgart, double chance, both teams to score.
Look, I possibly the both teams to score will come at the end. The thing is that it's not paying that much. That's why I'm not so tempted. But what is happening, and that actually is there, is that I'm not digging anything particular out, or maybe yes, but is there, is that in almost every game now is just slipping out of my mind. But if you go on the sportsbook review site, you will find the article with the in-depth in the game. If I'm not mistaken, in 8 out of 10 games so far of Borussia Dortmund, entering on the pitch, first half, there has been under 1.5 goals, which is something you wouldn't expect thinking about how Borussia plays and everything. But it's not happened just by coincidence. Surely the Champions League fixtures have played a part in that, and this is possibly the last game that will be influenced by that, even if with midweek fixtures the situation won't change that much. But this means that we know that the approach of Borussia Dortmund into the game is slow. Or anyway, as Favre realized that they were conceding possibly too much and not converting, not being enough clinical, so he's staying a little bit more covered at the beginning. I see that path to Stuttgart. It happens also often. So I go with, and it's paid very good, under 1.5 goals in the first half.
Yeah, you did it last week. It came across nice. So listen.
Wait, some replies if I can.
Yeah.
Derek is saying I'm drinking some Colombian coffee in New Jersey. It's a Jersey thing, as South Park would say. Arthur Jones, see, I didn't realize, is saying, ha ha ha. Tancredi is underrated.
Like that
Bielefeld,
don't tell me that.
That Bielefeld pick was great last week. Ha ha ha. He's saying. And then there are the others, but I can. Oh, this from TB is very nice. I know I'm risking, but I played nicely. He's saying, Flash head brighter than my future. Alex is Alex. Tan's bird is longer than my pea. I think he talks about the past. So he's very young. So my bird is longer than his past. That's what he's talking about.
Okay. Freiburg minus 110. Draw plus 280. Bielefeld plus 320. I've gone under 2.5 goals in this game, Tan. Everyone will think it's both teams to score. Freiburg can't be trusted. Bielefeld, They need something, but they always keep going. I can see this being a 1-1, maybe even 1-0 to either side.
No, at least I see 2 goals. And if that...
Well, that's all right. I've gone under 2.5.
And I have over 1.5 in the first half. Because they don't... Yeah, because even if they don't really put any show in there, but first of all, they are smelling each other. They belong...
One second. Let me ask you. Over 1 on the Asian handicap in the first half is 1.72. Why to go over 1.5 at 2.5? Because in case of a goal, you take your money back. It's a void. So still great odds on that.
That's why I do shows with you. Otherwise, I would feel lost, Alex. So I pick up where Alex left, and I say they smell each other. They know they belong to the same category of teams, even if Armenia seems like they are getting to some team working better than Freiburg. But anyway, they know that it's a game that can count twice because they know they are direct competitor. Their defense, both defending, are pretty shaky. I see them, at least at the beginning, them not being strategical. And if we look in the previous games, actually, the first halves are giving more goals than second half, and that's why over 1.5 in the first half.
Go on then, Jack. Freiburg win to 0 at plus 256. Alex, I see it being quite a dull game because both sides will think that they've got a chance, but they won't want to go behind in the game.
It was impressive that Bielefeld win against Mainz, to be honest, but I think that you make a good point with the unders here, but I love Barcaman's approach here. I will not touch on this game, but Barcaman has Armenia draw double chance and under 4.5 goals in the match, together combined at 2.23. I don't see Armenia losing to Freiburg, and I don't see 5 goals in the match. So I think that is a perfect approach, in my opinion.
Yeah, sounds great. And that's why we have you in the third guest. All of you have come up with your selections, your bankers, I don't fancy that one, I like this one. Because remember, everyone else is reading it. We've got 85 watching. Yeah, listen, we've got like 49% of you have put your thumbs up. One's down, obviously. That's because...
Oh my God, you didn't say 50, you said 49%. Imagine, you are crazy, man.
Yeah, but it is 49%, I promise. Okay, let's move on. I tell you what, it's tough this week on Bundesliga. Is everyone else finding this tough as well when you look at these sides? Because a lot of the bad sides are matched up. Can you trust the likes of Dortmund? Some teams are obviously like Leverkusen and Gladbach have had tough runs. I'm finding this really, really tough, and it doesn't get any easier because you got Mainz at plus 155, Alex, draw plus 255, and Koln at plus 180. Are people going to start going with FC Koln because they've had a couple of decent results?
No, don't. But because it might be a mistake. But now I saw the odds for this match. They increased heavily. I wanted to go with it, but it wasn't at my limit of betting. So I will make it official. Over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.7 with Unibet right now, and they are going higher than that. You can't find a better price for the over 2.5. It's unbelievable. They are putting a show when they are meeting the two of them, and also lately in Bundesliga, also conceding, also scoring goals. So this should be a very high scoring affair. So over 2.5 at 1.7 right now, official bet for me, the fourth one from this show, from this.
Yeah, Koln draw no bet, must be around plus 105. Tan, do you see Koln getting beat?
I go with Koln. I am convinced with that. Wow. It's time for them to pick up things. So if we look how first of all, Mainz are one of the, aside the fact that they are second from the bottom, but they are deservingly there, really deservingly there. Koln drew at home with Wolfsburg, which are in shape lately. Won at Dortmund. Okay, take that win as was Dortmund being distracted. Still, you have to pick it up. lost at home to Union, but the game was tight. Drew at Bremen with Werder, and that was great. Lost tightly with Bayern. They are there. You look at the table, and it's so close to Mainz, only 2 points difference, but the performance is completely different. Plus 180, mamma mia, is fantastic. I have to go. It's a risk I want to take, and in my opinion, it's worth to take. One question for us. Yes, tell me.
I just can't believe that no one's mentioned the possibility of a Koln team total over 1.5.
Oh, that yes, I saw Bars saying Mainz over 1.5, but it's
but I'm not about Mainz. I'm talking about Koln. Koln has scored. Listen, they're on the back of scoring goals when we know they score every week anyway, but normally they just score a consolation or they find a way to get beat. Now all of a sudden they've got a little bit of a spring in their step, Alex.
Yes, absolutely. No. Koln total team goals over 1.5 is a brilliant take. That should be around 2.2 in my book.
Yeah, and then you not care whether they win or not.
To me, you're asking to me?
No.
I'm just throwing it out there.
He said that.
Hold on a minute. Hang on. Let's rewind a minute, Alex. What? So now I've got to introduce you when I speak? Normally I talk and you just jump in. Which I love, by the way. So please don't sit back on ceremony and be so polite. Because who's this an impression of drinking their nice coffee?
Indeed, you drink your long, crappy English coffee made in a country.
I woke up tan, and I was like this. I was like one of your squirrels. Like, my God, I've not smelled like that. $25 for a pack like that, Colombian coffee. $25. I was like,
wow.
Okay, I couldn't believe it. I mean, if I had a cup before I did the Serie A show. I was like that. It was unbelievable.
What
anyway,
brand are 25. What brand are you drinking, Tan?
No, it's an espresso. No, well, I think it's Berniani, if I'm not mistaken. I just remember. By the way, just to break the silence, I hate the silence. Is asking us. That's a kind of break in the middle of our odds. He's asking a question for us free. Who is our favorite all-time footballer aside Maradona and Pelé? So
they wouldn't have been my two anyway.
Anyway, he's taking them out. Not saying who we believe is the strongest. I start not saying who is the strongest after Maradona and Pelé. My favorite, the one I love the most, Michel Platini.
Platini was great. He was another one of them number 10s growing up. Alex, who's yours?
Gheorghe Hagi.
I was going to say, yours must be Hagi. Did he wear what number did he wear? Number 10 as well?
Yes,
10,
of course.
Absolutely, of course.
Okay, and I would say probably my most favourite after maybe when I was growing up, it was Zico. But I'm going to have to go for Zinedine Zidane. Because
no, come on, it's Zico. You were too old for Zidane.
You were too old for Zidane.
I'm probably the question is the player that made you. I believe is saying the favorite all time. In my opinion, when someone saying favorite all time, should say the one that made him fall in love. And Zico is the player that made him.
Yeah, Zico, I'd say. Yeah. I'd probably say it was Zico.
Zico, Hagi, Platini. I wonder.
Oh, hold on a minute. You what? You can't think of Zico yourself. You have to use mine.
No. I'm saying Zico, Hagi, Platini to recollect our lineup. I wonder in that team who would wear the number 10 among the three.
Okay, and we won't digress anymore because obviously that Spain 82 Brazilian side, if they'd have had Paolo Rossi, they probably would have won the World Cup. Because they didn't have a centre forward, if you remember rightly. Okay, let's move on. Leipzig minus 255, draw plus 440, and Werder at plus 800. I'm not having no upsets. I'm having Leipzig carrying on the crest of a wave, Alex.
Wow, halftime, full-time is at even money right now.
There you go.
Leipzig and over 2.5 goals is at 1.75. Werder are conceding like crazy. Even I don't know. I'm thinking minus 1.5 on the Asian handicap. Werder are leaving too many gaps at the back. RB Leipzig are deadly. I don't know. They are so organized and so into it right now. Plus, they're up at the top of the table, 2 points behind leaders Bayern Munich. So I think that after celebrating the qualification in the next stage of Champions League, by the way, for all 4 teams from Bundesliga are through. It will be a great draw on Monday. We will have many top matches. So I think that RB Leipzig right now will try to. I don't know. It's really tough for them to end this Bayern domination, but they look like the only team capable of doing that, if you ask me.
Yeah, but
because
the problem is when they've got to the problem is when they've got to break up that stubborn defense because they haven't got a natural striker sitting up there at the figurehead to move people around.
Exactly.
They're perfect when teams want to come out.
Werder Bremen are not a stubborn defense. they will dance with.
No, I'm not. Listen, I think that Leipzig half-time, full-time at plus 100 is probably one that got away from me. Tan, do you like Leipzig half-time, full-time?
No, I go more with goals here. I go more with goals because obviously some influence from Leipzig United game. So Leipzig being a little less tight, and Werder, it is a decent team that at least will give them a bit of hard time. Maybe Leipzig can do it in the end, but already normally the games of Leipzig are easing up in the second half, even more in this situation. And so I go with the Leipzig Werder over 1.5 in the second half, which is already something pretty common to spot in Leipzig games. So,
what do you think? Of this bet? Barca and Jack Pancake likes it also. Leipzig to win and both teams to score at 2.8, or Leipzig over 1.5 goals team total and under. No, that is not.
But listen, but for balance, you've got to say Leipzig win to 0 as well is on the card. So basically, we're all happy with Leipzig. I think Leipzig get in front. Why are we complicating this? Leipzig get up early, half-time, full-time, at plus 100 is the best odds I've heard from any of us.
I go with goals here because I'm not sure whether the week of Leipzig was a bit stressful, and Werder could be ready there to pick something. Between Bayern and Man United was a bit stressful. So I way prefer to go with goals. The odds on Leipzig are not that good to justify the risk from my point of view.
What about DD Parko throwing a spanner in the works? He's gone with Werder double chance, my banker. DD, I love the fact that you press the button and you start typing and getting involved with us, but don't be coming out with things like that when we're all over Leipzig.
No, I am not. May the history remember that I am not this time around.
Okay, let's move on.
I would laugh so badly next week when Werder will take points and who you said about Genoa in Serie A to take points,
Yeah, but you know me.
The people
I live on the edge. You know that. I live on the edge. Because I tell you what, this might be a good time for me to bring up last week when you and your mates in the chat, Flash has gone all risky with his bets, all on Stuttgart and that. And yet you had to, I was already home and hosed with Stuttgart 2-0. You had to beg for that 97-minute Alex last-minute goal. You know where I was? I had my feet up in the safari, having a nice cup of coffee and a sandwich. Because I had Stuttgart at plus 160.
Coffee and sandwich?
Yeah,
what the hell,
he's
mate?
in Costa Rica. Don't worry about it. He's in Costa Rica. Don't worry
What
about
the
it.
hell? Let's educate people that are watching us. Because the next show we are doing is a betting and cooking show. Glasses together. So not coffee and sandwich. Coffee doesn't go to coffee after sandwich. Water or whatever you want to drink. And after
during. Yeah, and obviously Agua definitely. Okay, move on. I like this game a lot. It's Union at plus 900. Strong outfit. Draw plus 550. Bayern minus 330.10. We're not going to get rich on Bayern, but I think I found the value in this game. I'll hear you, Tan, and then I'll give you mine.
No getting rich in any way. That happens almost every time with Bayern. For me, it's both teams to score. Bayern are completely okay with their attitude. They always have been under Flick, but with their attitude of not of making their game, even if that could cost some loss, not in terms of gains, but in terms of chances conceded. And but as we see in the last months, they never won with large advantage in Bundesliga. Never. Now, this time could be different because actually their game, the Champions League, the last two games, the last two games were a bit more than a training. So could be different. But anyway, that attitude, considering anyway, even winning with advantage is not paying that much. And considering that Union doing a great derby until the red card, and that is coming in a long line of very good results. So both teams to score is not even that high that as well, but at least
it wouldn't be, would it?
Have to be picked.
Yeah, I mean, Jack Pancake, I know he's a moon man sometimes, but he's come up with Bayern to win 5-1. Now, do we see a cleaner sheet, Alex?
No, it's tough to see a clean sheet because if Bayern goes 2-3-0 up at halftime, which they normally do, after that in the second half, you saw what is happening. Every time they are in the second gear, they are not going to attack like they normally do. So probably the both team to score is the way to go, but the odds are too low for that. So
no, I've got it, Alex. I've got it. Bayern to win and both teams to score.
No, I prefer halftime, full time at 1.8. I prefer minus 1.5 on the Asian handicap at 1.75.
Okay, so you prefer 1.75, right? Which is minus 130, okay? When we put the picks up, right? But you prefer Bayern to win halftime, full time. But you also prefer both teams to score. And the combination of Bayern to win...
I didn't say... I said I like the approach with both teams to score, but I prefer halftime, full time, and minus 1.5.
But would you have Bayern win to nil?
No.
But would you... but there's a flat no with Bayern win to nil.
If you stay to see what and how, if we studied the words and the paragraph,
that's what you've got to do. That's what we've got to do. We've got to cut through. We've got to make sure we get to where we want to be at the end, and that's why we do so well. Yes, Bayern win and both teams to score for me, and it's better value than anything else they've come up with, even though I do believe that they're probably both onto something as well, and I agree with both of their bets. Next game, here we go. Tan, Augsburg, minus 105, draw plus 270, and the mighty Schalke at plus 300. How are Schalke plus 300 and not plus 800?
Because they want to see if someone is dumb enough to fall for that. Possibly. I don't see any
dumb enough to mention Schalke and Europe in the same sentence.
Well, here not even the full time is good enough. I go, with what? With Augsburg to win at the halftime, because actually the few times that Schalke has been able to pick something, they did it coming from the back. Augsburg, they have a problem in last.
They like it from the back. Schalke likes it from the back.
Come on, no, Alex, no.
Okay.
No, Alex. It's a no, Alex.
No, it's so wrong.
It's a no. Wrong. Do you have a yellow card, Flash? Do you have a yellow card?
Yellow? I'm looking for 2 reds.
Shall I give you the red card of Bayern?
Yes.
Okay. From the back.
Okay. Let's. Okay, 20 seconds of shame for Alex. But Augsburg instead got a lot. Well, I'm scared to say this because otherwise Alex will jump again in. Augsburg got a problem in lasting in the game. So sometimes you might not be sure that they will be able to keep the result. But they enter more focused. So as it is paying much more than Augsburg normally to win, I go with Augsburg to win in the first half.
Okay, so just basically winning at half-time.
Yeah.
Alex, Augsburg to be winning at half-time. You don't go near Schalke. Now, before I go to Alex, just let me give you a little bit of homework, because I understand there's new people watching us for the first time. They keep asking. Now, I'm going to get, actually, in the description, I'm going to actually put this. The Alex Classic is both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. Also, when we do the Bundesliga, we always go first in Schalke games to Tan, because when we did our futures bets, we asked the surprise team of the year, and both, funnily enough, both myself and Alex both went, Tan went for Schalke. Schalke thought that they would be
I
in
didn't
Europe,
say it's my friend.
I thought that they would be relegation.
Can Alex jump back in the show without whatever joke to interrupt this blabbing infinite about Schalke?
I've got one on, Alex. I've got one on. Get the net ready.
3 kilos. It's big.
You will do.
It's big. Be careful. It's big.
Who's talking? Romanian Slim Shady. Who's talking?
Alex. Give me Augsburg versus Schalke.
Vlad Popescu,
Yes.
that is Alex's same nationality, saying UEFA might be investigating this Alex case. Watch out.
Yeah,
Watch
VAR.
out.
But the best comment is just Arnold. VAR checking for possible red card for That is a good one there.
Definitely.
Yeah. No offside. Man. No goal.
It was offside. Tam was offside before it got to Alex. So, Alex, Augsburg versus Schalke. Let me bring you back onto point. Come on, boys. Be serious.
Yeah, I am very serious. I am scared about this game. I will not even touch it. I was even thinking about to score at 1.8. I know that Schalke are...
You have confidence in Schalke?
Wow. No, I didn't say. I said that I'm scared about this game. And I like the both score at 1.8. I didn't say that I know. I'm very confident that they will go down. And they will not qualify for Europa League, you know. They would rather go down, you know. That's it with Schalke. No, it's do or die from now on. But the problem is with them because they can't do anything, you know. They don't have a squad. They don't.
No, they are completely falling apart.
Bench. They don't have a bench. All the internal issues, all the
no, but they materially don't have bench. They don't have a place where to sit. They have the players that they have to come. They have to stand up for the whole game. They materially don't have the bench.
What I said earlier about them, it was even better, you know. So I will not say again. So, but yeah, I will cheer for you guys. I will just lean over both teams score at 1.8.
Okay, welcome, Mr. Gogster, 99.
Ciao, Mr. Gogster, 99. I don't know why you said something in Italian, but ciao.
No. Basically, everyone in the chat, remember to welcome each other, because a lot of you are friends. A lot of you do bounce off each other away from just a chat. So remember, listen, it's a family. It's a family. Just because I'm holding court doesn't stop you typing and having a chat with each other as well. Now, the last game, I don't like it. It's Leverkusen, Alex, at -105. Draw plus 330. 330. It should be like draw 240 for me. And Hoffenheim at plus 300. Alex, classics on the cards. Both teams definitely score this. But who comes out on top if you're looking on the winners, which I doubt if anyone will, Alex?
I think that this will be the highest scoring match this round of Bundesliga. Don't get surprised if we will see around 5-6 goals. Don't be surprised if we will see a 4-2 type of match for Leverkusen. Hoffenheim are coming after that, let's say, not so impressive win against Augsburg, but it was a great win because they stopped so many winless run I think that it was 7 matches without a win or something
but Alex,
like
they
that.
score goals
So
week in, week out, and they won. They
this
were
is
3-1 up, and they were cruising.
yes, this is what I'm expecting also for them. They have almost the best starting 11 at their disposal. I would love for them to even get a result here against Leverkusen, but Leverkusen are in top shape right now. They are absolutely cruising, like you said about Hoffenheim. They are second in the standings there. They are scoring goals for fun. They are creating a lot of opportunities. So over 3.5 goals at even money for me, official pick of this weekend.
Yeah, well, I was going to go with the Alex Classic's bigger brother. I was going to go with both teams to score an over 3.5, like we did with Leipzig and Man United this week. Just to bump it up, and just sit there and we cheer goals, Tan.
I don't know. I'm going to ask you. There is something I'm missing here, because you both talk at Leverkusen to win is something very odd. In my opinion,
because of Hoffenheim scoring goals. Well, listen, you could look at this game, and you'd be not surprised, would you, if this game ended 3-3?
I would be surprised if Leverkusen don't win this game. My bet is on Leverkusen to win.
Oh, okay. Your own
the
shop.
way they what's
You're talking your own book. Like you can't see Leverkusen.
I am talking my own book,
yeah.
But because listening, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I said maybe there is something I'm missing, some team news I'm missing, because you ruled out, like, I mean, when I see the odds, I say I have to pick Leverkusen to win. I mean, the way they are being credible week in, week out has been astonishing. Yeah, Hoffenheim, the thing is that it's exactly this, the mismatch. Reliability and unreliability. And when I say those odds, I said, am I missing something? Wasn't Leverkusen just 1 point behind Bayern and actually dealing with a more smooth path than all the others? It's true, it's the turning point, maybe, this game for them. Because if they are really reliable, so it's not just some firework at the beginning of the season, this is one of the games that they have to win. Because now they might start to feel a bit the vertigo for being there in the heights and just losing the plot. A great team is winning this game, or at least a team that is seriously competitive to be there. So
yeah, there's no messing about. There's no passing it along the back four here. It's get it wide. You have an attack. We have an attack. Oh, listen, I think Alex Classic's big brother win is the way to go here. Alex Classic.
Listen. I think that Dan is making a good point. I think that Leverkusen, if they win this match, I think that is very important for Leverkusen, this match. In Europa League, they will probably make a huge squad rotation because both them and Slavia are qualified for the knockout stages.
Europa League round 6 is so useless. Sorry to say that. Mamma mia, but really, not even them. Not even Europa League want to play Europa League at the moment.
Imagine Noli knows betting all unders yesterday in Champions League. You know, great, make unders great again. So Noli, I think that he went for a couple of them.
We love that.
And it was a great under round yesterday in Champions League. But Leverkusen, this is a turning point for Hoffenheim, but it's more important game for Leverkusen. So the odds are quite good for Leverkusen, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and also if you go on the other side of the fence, it looks like a trap. So listen, good luck with your Leverkusen. Let's have a look at the official picks this week. And remind me, everybody, please remind me, I must do a 2-team parlay because in the last show Serie A, I had to put it in the chat. Okay, Alex's picks, he's gone for Wolfsburg. Alex Classic at -125. Dortmund, Alex Classic, -132. I've got you a bit of extra juice there. There's your banker. And Leverkusen over 3.5 goals in the game at +100. Looking at 4 goals.
Also, Mainz versus Koln, 1.7 over 2.5 goals.
Okay, you heard it there. That's an official, so he will be having 4 bets. Tancredi, Jesus, it's like War and Peace, this.
Wait a second. just few minutes ago, Leverkusen was minus 110 to win, and now is minus 180.
Yeah, that's only because it's your bet, see? Because
No,
it's
come
your
on,
bet.
what's happening?
I can't write a tan selection and put minus 105 because the computer says no. Okay, it says squirrel. I put
There
tan
is a
selection.
mistake. There must be a mistake. When I picked it 2 days ago,
it's minus 125 right now.
come on, seriously? You're messing with me. Seriously?
No, it's minus 125 right now.
No, not you, Alex. They are messing with me. In the almighty evil Costa Rica, they are messing with me. You write minus 180. What else you want to do? Come on, seriously.
But don't worry, because I've got you Union, both teams to score, both teams to score at minus 175. Dortmund and Stuttgart under 1.5 goals in the first half at minus 135. I've got Leipzig and Werder over 1.5 goals in the second half. He hasn't given me a price for that. But again, I'll...
sorry, one question. Fresh, one question. Do you actually take care of Donald Trump's lawsuit against election? No, because there is a pass here, just to know.
The thing is, you just send me everything, and then I have to fit them in, send them, and sometimes the computer just says no.
1.15 is Leipzig Werder over 1.5 goals in the second.
Can you write that I won election in Ohio and in Georgia?
It's minus what, Alex?
Leipzig Werder 1.75 for over 1.5 goals in the second half.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, because I've got that minus 130. I did actually write this. And I don't know what Augsburg versus Eintracht. Someone's having a pop at me today. And over 1.5 in the first half plus 150. Excellent. Now we get to the business end. Flashes. Freiburg 2.5 goals plus 110. Bayern to win and both teams to score plus 120. See, so much better than your 170 because you both agreed that Bayern will win. You both agreed that both teams will score. So there's your 120. I've stuck it together. And Stuttgart double chance and both teams to score at plus 240. Listen, we had a great week last week. If you like this video, and it's been a good one again, please subscribe, press the button and ring the bell. Ring the bell means we'll notify you. So if you do press that bell, we'll notify you over the weekend that we're having a load of shows. 3 shows on Monday. We'll start off with Serie A, then we'll do Bundesliga, and then we'll have a Premier League show because all 3 leagues have got full cards next week. Full cards. So that means you're going to have a double dose of these 2 on Monday morning, Costa Rican, or Monday morning, Eastern time, or Monday afternoon around Europe. Everyone in the chat, you've been absolutely brilliant. Nearly 100% thumbs up, which is just unheard of. I want to get a few more of you in the
Let me tell you some love that Tan is getting. If Tan wasn't leading this cruise, the whole ship would sink. That is from
no.
That is
okay, what about the 2-team parlay that you never remind me about? What are we doing?
It's team game. No, it's team. Aside the fact that Flash won elections in Pennsylvania, then for the rest it's team game. Then
okay. Listen, 2-team parlay. Who are we putting forward?
I would do a squirrel bet type of bet.
What? Yeah. Squirrel parlay.
Yeah.
See now you are messing with me from Costa Rica. Now it's back Leverkusen minus 105. Come on, seriously. Just right there, Tancredi Palmieri, you squirrel, just write it in the graphics. At least I know we do when dealing with. Just
There's
do
no
it.
problem. There's no problem.
Just do it. Are you talking to me? Are you talking
listen,
to
what
me?
happened is Leverkusen were minus 105, and then when they heard the squirrels on it, they had to move it to a squirrel price.
Anyway, I go with Leverkusen to win and Union Bayern both teams to score for the parlay.
Are you going with that, Alex?
I would go with the Leipzig -1, and I would go with the Bayern -1.
Yeah, well, we're going to go with Leipzig -1, Asian handicap. Have you got that price, please? And we're going to go with what Tan said, because Tan's been on fire. Not with his picks, with his comedy. And we're going to go with Union, both teams to score.
Yeah.
Okay, there's your parlay. Listen, have a great weekend, everyone. We've got the Premier League show coming up in a couple of hours, and it was all systems go. I think we was like 26 units down. Now we're getting under 10 units or around that area. We're absolutely sizzling on every single count. So again, everyone in the chat, absolutely brilliant. You are the third guest. You are so important, because if it weren't for you, I'd have to sit and listen to these two. Alex, Tan, keep up the great work, boys. Really appreciate everything you do. Everyone else, have a great weekend, and you take care.
And you will be American president next week. Results
Thanks
of saying
so much, Tan.
American Pie.
Uh,
Oh, no.